And today I'm going to read My Job for Tracker Soccer. Yeah, like that. Number 4 great players. Dr. Robbie Wilson at University of Queensland in Australia wants to know what makes a great soccer player. His studies show that the best players have natural talents like endurance, speed, and ability to make fast decisions. About his research also showed that great soccer players. Oh yes, and so even if a kid isn't the fastest player in the team, practice can make him or her to be a top player. Pelé the Great. Pelé is the greatest, maybe the greatest of all soccer players. When he was born in Brazil in 1940, his parents named Endon Aaron do Nascimento. His friends there call him Pelé. Pelé say that neither he nor his friends just know what they call him that. It's just happened. Pelé's father, Dolinho, was a retired soccer player. He began training Pelé when he was very young. The family was poor, so they bought him soccer balls and old stock stuffed new sneakers. Pelé and his friends played soccer barefoot in the dusty city streets. He called the Rag Boys the Barefoot Team. After Pelé's teacher caught him playing soccer when he should have been in class, Pelé dropped out of school. He got a job at Street Shining Shoes. When he was 11, Pelé bought his first soccer shoes and real ball. It was clear to everyone that he had true soccer talent. Santos, one of Brazil's top professional soccer teams, heard about the promising young player and hired Pelé when he was only 16. The team made a fantastic choice. Pelé became a soccer star, and with his help, Brazil won the World Cup in 1958, 1962, and 1950s. Pelé scored the most amazing goals. One of his specialties was the bicycle kick, which few players have ever mastered. Pelé was the happiest in the field. He played 1,263 games with a record of 1,283 goals. When he scored, he saluted the crowd. Sometimes he bowed to the goalkeeper or shook his hand. Pelé's fans could leap to their feet, chanting his name over and over again. For some popular in 1969, a key fight was called the Civil War Negro, so people could watch him compete in the match. He played 22 years. Since he retired in 1977, he traveled in the world, training kids to take pride in themselves and make friends by playing the game he loved so much. Pelé claims that no one is born to be a great soccer player, and that everything in soccer comes from practice and a deep love of the game. Now let's head out to the field and meet some other fantastic players. Here, it's A.B. Wambach, born 1980, United States. Mary Abigail Wambach was the youngest of the 7 kids. To keep up with her older brothers, she started playing soccer when she was 4. A.B. scored so many goals that they put her on the boys' team. In college, A.B. was an outstanding player. She moved on to play with the U.S. national team in the Washington Freedom Club. Abby was a powerful player, just under 6 feet tall. She's famous for her ability to trap balls and her talent as a striker. Abby was sitting in the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2003, and in 2004 played on the Olympic gold medal team. Today, Abby played for the Western New York Flash in the U.S. national team, which won the gold medal in 2012 Olympics. In the same year, she was also the FIFA Women's World Player of the Year. She has scored a record of 160 goals in the international play, more than any other male or female player. In her free time, Abby hangs out with her English bulldog, Kingston, and who rides a skateboard. David Beckham. David Beckham started playing soccer when he was 7. Just 7 years later, Manchester United, a famous English team, one of the best in the world, chose him for the youth club. At 17, David became a professional midfielder for Manchester United. However, he played on the teams in different countries. David especially was bending the ball and kicking in a curve. Goalkeepers couldn't tell where it went. David also knew exactly what was happening all over the field, even if he was right in the middle of the action. Like Pelé, David played there in the 3 World Cups. He led Manchester United to 6 Premier League Championship and 2 Football Association Cups. David retired in 2013. Now he works as a Goodwill Ambassador for United Nations Children's Fund. He says it's the best job he'd ever had. Mia Hamm, born 1972, United States. Mia was born with a foot problem. As a child, she had an operation and needed a cast and special shoes. Mia's mother said that when she was 3, Mia watched people playing soccer in the park. She ran after the ball and gave it a good kick. During her career, Mia played in 4 World Cups. She was also in the 1996, 2000, and 2004 Olympics. Mia was one of the few women ever chosen by FIFA for the list great living players. He scored 158 goals. That's more goals in the international against anyone except in Abby Wambach. Mia retired after 2004 Olympics to raise a family. Because her beloved mother died from blood disease, American Foundation help people with similar diseases. Ronaldinho, born 1980, Brazil. Ronaldinho's real name is Rolando de Assis Moreira. His teammates call him Ronaldinho, which means little Ronaldo. Ronaldo learned soccer from the men in his family. At 13, he made new games, scoring 23 goals in one game. Ronaldinho has played the midfielder for Porto, France, Brazil, Spain, and Italy. At the World Cup quarterfinals in 2002, he shot a goal 115 feet from the net. Ronaldinho is an awesome player, especially good at tricking the other team about the team's goals to make one move and making it louder. Ronaldinho is cool under pressure, super skilled, and super fast. He became the FIFA Player of the Year twice. He is captain of the Brazilian national team and plays at the Atlético Mineiro. Lionel Messi, born 1987, Argentina. At 5, Leo Messi was a gifted player and he was outstanding player on youth teams. But when Leo was 11, doctors found that his body didn't make enough growth hormone. He needed medicine every day to grow taller. Leo's family couldn't afford his treatment. The director of the team, FC Barcelona in Spain, heard about the problem. He had to pay for everything, and Leo and his family moved to Spain so Leo could train there. At 13, Leo began playing soccer at the Youth Academy in Barcelona. Leo not only grew, he also became one of the best forwards ever. He led teams in Spain and Argentina many victories. It's almost impossible to list all of his awards. There's just too many. He has been the World Player of the Year 4 times. And lots of people claim that Leo Messi is the best player in the world today. Iker Casillas, born 1981, Spain. When Iker was a boy, his father entered a contest to predict winning soccer teams. He told Iker to mail entering the contest, but Iker forgot. That Iker's father had picked every single winner. His son's forgetfulness cost the family a prize of more than $1 million. Later, Iker made it up to his older father. He got one of the best goalies in history. He played for Real Madrid and the Spanish national team. As a captain, he led Spain to win the first ever World Cup. Iker has won the European Footballer of the Year award twice. Iker is one of the very few players to win all major teams in championship finals. The boy who lost $1 million now spent many million. Was one of the greatest goalkeepers the sport had ever seen. Michael Platini, born 1955, France. At 16, Michael Platini tried out for the French club Metz and didn't make it because of injuries. Metz gave him another chance, but now he really blew it. While taking a briefing test, he fainted. The doctor thought he was weak and told him never to play again. Michael didn't give up and signed for a small French team. In one match, he impressed everyone by scoring a hat-trick, after scoring 3 goals in a game. Michael later joined the Italian club Juventus. In 1983, he scored 16 goals in European Footballer of the Year. In the European Championship in 1984, he played for France and scored 9 goals in 5 days. This was France's first international championship. When Michael retired from 1987, he became president of United European Football Associations. Wayne Rooney, born 1985, England. Wayne Rooney's dream was to play soccer for Liverpool's Everton team. When he was 9, he scored 99 goals in one season. A scout from Everton watched him and was really impressed. Everton chose him for his youth team. By 16, Wayne had made it to the adult team. At that time, he was the youngest player ever to score a professional English football league. In 2004, Wayne began playing for the Chester United. In his first game, he scored a hat-trick. One of his striker midfielder, Wayne is one of the best players in the world. He scored over 200 goals for Manchester United and the English national team's fifth highest score ever. Winnie is also known as quick temper and has his share of red cards. He says he constantly works on controlling himself. Every night before a big game, Winnie has a ritual. Before he falls asleep, he thinks of all he can beat the goalie the next day. He thinks of so many ways he can't hardly sleep. Chapter 5: The World Cup. Every 4 years, 32 teams from around the world compete in the World Cup. Each country chooses best professional players to be on the national team. Players must be citizens from the country they play for. Leo Messi, for example, played in the 2010 World Cup for Argentina, even though he played professionally in Spain. 200 countries hold matches in the hopes of making it to the World Cup. FIFA picks the top 30 teams to take part. The 32nd team is always from the country where the event will take place. FIFA had chosen Brazil to host the 2014 World Cup. The teams will arrive about a month before the championship game. During this time, there will be 64 matches in Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo. The two top teams compete the World Cup trophy. Excitement. Tens of thousands of people attend the World Cup games. Billions watched on TVs. During the 2016 World Cup in Germany, thousands of people gathered every day to watch the matches on a giant screen near the guest of the local Berlin Wall. It was a small village in Zambia. People heard the school soccer pitch at night. They watched until a huge screen set by UNICEF. All the world, people are glued to their television sets. In poor towns, the Colorado and tiny shops that root their country's team, the World Cup rolls. Beginning of the Cup. The World Cup was the dream of a French lawyer named Jules Rimet. Jules became a president of FIFA in 1921. He said the countries played soccer together. There will be more peace and unity in the world. This shows Jules' vision. Many countries wanted to control their own games. They also didn't want their team to be away with the time required to take part in the games. Only 30 countries agreed to compete. The World Cup was the dream of a French lawyer named Jules Rimet. Jules became the president of FIFA. I'm sorry. The games continue. Two more World Cups were played before World War II began in 1939. There were no games in 1942 or 1946. During the war, an Italian football official hid the trophy in the show box under his bed. Brazil hosted the World Cup in 1950 and until the largest soccer stadium ever. The president felt confident they would win, but Uruguay took the cup again. It was a bitter defeat. Brazil bounced back. It's gone out to the World Cup 5 times more than any other country. Pickles and the trophy. Jules' statue was gold, plated silver with lapis lazuli, a rare blue stone on it. It was awarded to the World Cup winners for 4 years. In 1966, 4 months before the World Cup in England, a thief stole it. The police searched, but the cup was missing. A week later, a man was walking his dog Pickles. Pickles started snuffling around in a bundle of newspapers in the hedge near his car. Pickles had found the trophy. In 1917, Brazil won the World Cup for the third time and got to keep the trophy forever. But in 1983, someone stole it again. It has not been seen since. The trophy today. A solid gold trophy was created for the 1974 World Cup. The winning teams keep the cup for 4 years until the next World Cup. The year and the name of the winners are engraved on the bottom. In 2038, there will have to be a new trophy. And the current one won't have room for any more names. Unforgettable World Cup moments. There are some wild moments in the World Cup that no one will ever forget. For example, in the 1998 game, Cuauhtemoc Blanco from Mexico jammed the ball between his feet and jumped past two defenders. This is now known as the Blanco bounce. In the 1938 World Cup, Italian soccer legend Giuseppe Meazza was taking a penalty kick and elastic shorts from. He had to help them with his left hand and kicked. After a kick, his shorts fell down. In the final 2002, Hakan Sugur from Turkey scored a goal in the 11th scored as kickoff. It was the fastest goal ever in the World Cup. Pelé scored a hat-trick at his first World Cup. He was only 17, but in the 1982 World Cup, Laszlo Keys from Hungary scored a hat-trick in 7 minutes. An outstanding Italian player, Marco Tapparelli, scored 2 goals in the 1982 World Cup, winning a match against Germany. Marco went ballistic. He ran all over the field, tears streaming down his face, screaming, "Goal! Goal!" I think he couldn't believe it. Marco's famous celebration known as the Tartar scream. The Tartar League. 8 countries won the World Cup since the beginning. Brazil 5, Italy 4, Germany 3, Argentina 2, Uruguay 2, England 1, France 1, Spain 1. Soccer connects. The World Cup can bring together countries that have been problems with each other. During the 1998 World Cup, relationship between USA and Iran were very bad, but people were the game between doing angry and violent. The exact opposite happened. The two teams posed for pictures with their arms around each other and exchanged gifts. Some were respectful and enjoyed the match. Iran won the game in the team caps and shook hands afterward. It was a great day. The statue of Jules Rimet stands in his hometown in France. It is placed on a grassy spot that looks like a soccer penalty area. When people pass by, many remember the man who began the World Cup in the hope of making the world a more peaceful place. Celebrate. Every time the country wins the World Cup, there are huge celebrations. When Italy won 1982, the whole country went crazy. People danced and sang in the streets. They climbed on rooftops and beat their bombs on pans and set off fireworks. Crowds surged through the streets chanting and waving Italian flags. In the ancient city of Rome, fans jumped up and down the fountains. Foghorns and sirens sounded from the harbor. Boats and cars blasted away from their horns. It was a noisy, wild, wonderful night no one who was there will never forget. Chapter 6, Soccer Changes Life. For children from poor countries, soccer can be more than just a game. It can change their lives. To many kids, owning a soccer ball is just like a dream. Like Pelé, they often make balls out of anything they can find. UNICEF works with groups all over the world that use soccer to help kids. They send balls to children who need them. These groups are setting up soccer schools in poor countries where often taught for children. In Liberia, over 6,000 kids are being taught soccer and life skills. Child soldiers in Sudan are learning soccer as a way back to normal life. In Afghanistan, UNICEF makes possible kids refugee camps to play soccer. When they are playing, they are happier. Super Bowls and the Tiger. Darfur is an era-induced Sudan and Africa suffered a long civil war. Kids there were playing soccer balls without string and paper. When the war got out, groups around the world donated soccer balls. After only a few minutes of playing, the rocky soil popped the ball. Then someone had a bright idea. What if there were soccer balls that never popped? They came up with one and tested on the tiger at the zoo in South Africa. He usually popped 6 balls a day. With the new ball, he only burst 2. Since then, the balls have gotten even stronger. Today, kids are in trouble areas, including Darfur, playing with these Super Bowls. They have planned to send millions to children everywhere. Balls that light up. Billions of people live without electric lights. These use kerosene lamps instead. Fumes on the land pollute the air and cause breathing problems. Soccer teachers. Soccer teachers to get a good sportsmanship and hard work to pay off. Playing can also build confidence and self-control, but one of the best reasons to play soccer is simply to have fun the way Pelé and his friends did. Kids from us in Brazil and the United States enjoy the wonderful game of soccer. It feels good to be outside with friends, dribbling and passing and running. And like practice, maybe you could be a soccer star just like Pelé. Balls that light up. These people live with electric lights. There usually are kerosene lamps instead. Phones and lamps pollute the air, cause breathing problems. Now there are such soccer balls that make light. They're called the sock light balls. Digging the ball makes energy. While kids kick the balls around, the balls draw power from the light. The kids take them home and have light for reading books and doing homework. Children in 10 countries now have soccer balls. They are now on the way. It's quite good, right? Maybe, yeah. This is the end of the book I'm going to read to you today. It's quite exciting. Bye. See you next time.